What if you invested just $1,000 in YBTC today, and Bitcoin eventually reached $150,000? How much could your investment be worth? And more importantly, how much could YBTC potentially pay you every single week? Right now, YBTC is trading around $17.86 per share, with a recent weekly distribution of roughly 10 cents per share. But if Bitcoin reaches $150,000, the numbers could get very interesting. Let's break it down. YBTC is the Roundhill Bitcoin Covered Call Strategy ETF. Instead of simply holding Bitcoin, YBTC uses a covered call strategy designed to generate income from Bitcoin-related assets. That's why the ETF can make distributions to shareholders every week. But there's an important trade-off. These distributions are not guaranteed, they can change from week to week, and the covered call strategy can limit some of the ETF's upside when Bitcoin rises sharply. So, how much could you make with $1,000 today? At $17.86 per share, $1,000 would buy approximately 56 shares. If we use a recent distribution of about 10 cents per share per week, 56 shares would generate roughly $5.60 per week. That's about $24 per month, or approximately $291 per year. That's roughly a 29% annualized distribution rate based on that recent payment. But remember, that's a distribution rate, not a guaranteed 29% return. Now let's get to the interesting part. What if Bitcoin reaches $150,000? Bitcoin has already reached the $120,000 area during its previous major rally. Before we make this projection, I want to be very clear. This is not a prediction. We're going to use what I consider a very conservative hypothetical scenario based on YBTC's previous behavior around Bitcoin's last major peak. We're not assuming YBTC perfectly follows Bitcoin, and we're not assuming distributions will keep rising indefinitely. We're simply going to take the previous $120,000 Bitcoin level and see what the numbers could look like at $150,000. Bitcoin moving from $120,000 to $150,000 represents a 25% increase. Around the previous peak, YBTC was trading in roughly the high $40 range. So if we apply that same 25% increase, a share around $48 could move to approximately $60 per share. Again, this is a conservative hypothetical estimate, not a guaranteed price target. Now let's look at the income. Around that previous Bitcoin peak, YBTC had weekly distributions around 45 cents per share. Applying the same 25% increase gives us approximately 57 cents per share per week. If that distribution stayed at 57 cents for an entire year, that would be approximately $29.40 per share annually. At a $60 share price, that's roughly a 49% annualized distribution rate. But the actual distribution could be higher or lower. YBTC's payments are variable and aren't guaranteed. Now let's put everything together. Your $1,000 investment today gives you approximately 56 shares. If Bitcoin reaches $150,000 and YBTC reaches around $60 per share, those shares would be worth approximately $3,360. And if the hypothetical 57 cents weekly distribution stayed constant, you'd receive approximately $32 per week. That's around $137 per month, or approximately $1,650 per year. And remember, that's in addition to the potential increase in the value of your shares. Now imagine something even more interesting. What if you invested $10,000 instead of $1,000? Under the exact same hypothetical scenario, your monthly distribution could be around $1,370 per month. That's approximately $16,500 per year. And your shares could potentially be worth around $33,600 if YBTC reached $60. Pretty interesting, right? But these numbers are based on a hypothetical scenario using historical behavior. Bitcoin may not reach $150,000, YBTC may not reach $60, and the ETF may not pay 57 cents every week. The actual results could be very different. So, would you rather hold Bitcoin directly? Or would you consider an ETF like YBTC to potentially generate income from Bitcoin? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more videos breaking down Bitcoin ETFs, high-income ETFs, dividends, and real investment numbers, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. And as always, do your own research before investing. I'll see you in the next one.